Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk about my tips on shopping for maternity clothes. Obviously I'm not any expert on this, but I was asked in the comments and I am opinionated. So opinionated people love sharing their thoughts even when they're not experts. So my first tip is basically just don't wait until you're further along to buy your maternity clothes, because I noticed that a lot of people seem to like to stretch out wearing their normal clothes for as long as they can before they buy maternity clothes. And my opinion is by the end of it all, you're gonna need to buy it, and a lot of people are fully aware that they're gonna need to buy it. So why not get the most wear out of it as you possibly can, rather than just, you know, like the last 3 months. That's my personal opinion. And obviously you can still wear your other clothes if they fit in the meantime, but you just will have the options to wear some things that might be a little bit more comfortable for you. So going into it, I'm going to actually start with bras, which is like kind of clothes, but not really clothes. But I'm going to start with bras because I hadn't really given it much thought. I did buy a couple of clip down style nursing bras just for my hospital bag, thinking that, you know, I wouldn't need them until at that point. But so more specifically, sleeping bras. Go ahead and buy sleeping bras before you have the baby, and go ahead and start wearing them before you have the baby. Sleeping bras, I guess maybe it's also because I was always very small chested. I just was like, why would you need a sleeping bra? I don't see the perks of it. And then even in my pregnancy, as my breast grew, I still didn't understand really the necessity of a sleeping bra. And then once I had the baby, I realized your nipples get very, very sore. And they're just, a lot of times they're more, what's that word again? You know, when they're sticking out, erect. They're erect more often than they would be normally, obviously because the baby's constantly pulling them out. Obviously this is only if you're breastfeeding. If you're breastfeeding, then this probably doesn't apply to you. But basically they're tender a lot, and you want sleeping bras on hand for when you have the baby, definitely. And actually, this is a whole other topic. Pack sleeping bras in your hospital bag. Don't even bother with the clip downs, because the sleeping bras are so much easier, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. But anyway, when you're sleeping, you want a bra, because you want something holding them in place so that your nipples are not rubbing against anything as you're moving around in the bed, because they are really that sensitive. And my point in getting them while you're pregnant is that most women, their nipples will start to get sensitive in pregnancy. So because I didn't really understand the necessity of a sleeping bra, I didn't get them until afterwards. And I was wearing my clip down bras in my sleep to begin with, because I didn't have any sleeping bras on hand. But it would have been nice to even wear them when I was pregnant and my nipples were starting to be sensitive. It's just I didn't, at that point in time, I hadn't really thought about or realized that a bra holding over them would keep them comfortable while I was sleeping. You live and you learn. But maybe some people already know that, because I guess, I don't know, maybe if you already have big boobs and like they move around more, or I don't know. Get sleeping bra. So sleeping bra basically is just, I mean, if you just like go onto Amazon and type in sleeping bras for nursing, they should come up. And basically they're just really simple. They kind of look like sports bras, but they have this crossover style, so you can very, very quickly whip your boobs out. They're just stretchy, and you can just pull a boob out to feed the baby, which obviously in pregnancy is not so important, but if you're going to buy it when you're pregnant, why not be able to use it when you have the baby as well? So they'll be nice and comfortable because they're nice and stretchy, and they're definitely a lot more comfortable than the clip down bras. So they'll be comfortable for you to sleep in throughout your pregnancy, and then they'll carry on for afterwards as well. And that's the same philosophy I have for clothing as well. So clip down bras, once again, this is a clip down bra, so basically it's just, it looks kind of like more like a normal bra, except, ooh, this one's not clipped at the top. Basically there's a clip at the top, you can clip it down, and then underneath it's just a hole. So your boobie sticks out so you can feed your baby. And I recommend buying clip-down bras. Even, I mean, I know I said I prefer the sleeping bras, and actually I prefer these during the day as well right now because I'm still feeding her. She's getting about 10 to 12 feeds a day. And sometimes they turn into cluster feeds where she's feeding like every hour. So I want my boobs to be super quick accessible, and this is just easier than fiddling with the clip. But the clip-on bras are definitely more flattering, that you'll still want to get them. But these are nicer to buy when you're pregnant for during the day use, because a clip-down bra, once again, you can get it in the size as your breasts grow, and then you can still continue to wear it after you have the baby. If you're just buying regular bras to accommodate your growing breasts throughout your pregnancy, then obviously you're not going to want to wear them if you're nursing after you have the baby. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So something that I really wasn't aware of when I first started buying maternity clothes was that there is this whole genre, if that's the right word, of clothing that's called maternity/nursing. So maternity/nursing clothing, basically it's exactly what it sounds. It's clothes that are made to accommodate your bump, but at the same time it's also got some kind of easy access to get to your breasts without having to like pull your entire shirt up, you know, if you're out in public or something. And, you know, some people wouldn't be bothered by that, but I do like having like more discreet options for nursing. And beyond more discreet options, I have specific styles that I wear around the house, and they are like my favorite ones to wear around the house, because even around the house, like a nursing specific shirt is really easy to, you know, it's like quicker access to your breasts than like a normal shirt where you'd have to like lift it and hold it out of the way. Once again, I know we're not talking about the after period. This is supposed to be like maternity clothes tips, but my whole point is if you're buying something to wear while you're pregnant, it's a very short window of time. I like maximizing my dollars and buying things that I know I can wear for a while. And I'm planning on nursing for as long as Riley wants to nurse. So, you know, that could be like a couple years or more of wear I could get out of some of these items. And it allows you to buy nicer styles of clothing. Like you know, you can put more money into your maternity clothes comfortably if you know that you have longer wear out of it. So an example of maternity/nursing, I'm wearing one actually right now. So basically it's just, look how big my boobs have gotten. They were so small before, it's crazy. So anyway, I'm like way off topic. So it's just like a big flowy sweater, and this would definitely accommodate a bump. But, you know, I'm not pregnant anymore, and I don't really have, well, I don't think I have a huge stomach, but I think it still looks cute now because it just looks like a nice flowy top now. But what it has on each side is it's got a zip, and it's got one on both sides. So if I wanted to feed, I can basically just prop baby inside, and she can be feeding comfortably, and I'm still fully clothed. So that's nice. Although this is not my favorite style to wear around the house, although I'm obviously wearing it around the house. And no, I'm not going anywhere today because I have a baby and I'm sat in the house most days. That's not how your life has to be. That's what happens. So anyway, my favorite style to wear around the house is this style. And this is like the most common nursing style shirt that there is, where it's just got an extra flap at the top. So basically, when you're wearing it, you just lift this up, and underneath there are holes for your boobies to stick out. So that's that. I would recommend, you know, wearing, and like, it looks super obvious now, but when you're wearing it, I don't think they look super, super obvious. A lot of them have a, I didn't bring any. A lot of them have a wraparound kind of style front, and then an underlayer that's like a different color, or it could be the same color. But those are even, to me, they're less obvious, and the flap actually lifts from the inside and out. And I will say once again that yes, these work, of course, with the clip down bras, but they're easier with the sleeping bras. So for wearing around the house the first, God knows how long of your not pregnancy, after you have the baby, the sleeping bras work great with them just for wearing around the house, because obviously they're not the most flattering to wear out in public, although I'm wearing a sleeping bra right now. And like I said, they're not the most flattering, but they're just way more functional because they're quick, because the clip is an extra step. But I think I will favor the clip down styles when she's feeding less frequently throughout the day. So right now she's almost 2 months. We're still doing 10 to 12 feeds a day. I've heard through the grapevine, no, you know, that they'll cut down on their feeds as they grow. So they might only, you know, she might go from 10 to 12 to 8 feeds a day to 6 feeds a day. So obviously as she's doing less feeds, the clip down will be less of an issue for me, because it won't be such a big deal that I constantly have to clip up, clip down, clip up, clip down. I'm on a tangent again. But anyway, that's my favorite style. And generally, you know, the only thing that'll make the difference between a maternity top and a nursing top is, sorry, the difference normally is just that it'll either be a tunic style or it'll have like the ruching on the side. And I think the ruching, I don't mind wearing that even when I'm not pregnant, because I've seen shirts that were ruched that weren't meant for pregnant women. So I don't think that that's necessarily a giveaway that it was a pregnancy top. And honestly, it's nice to have things that are still a little more forgiving in the stomach area, because obviously your stomach will be, most likely, you could be very lucky, but most likely your stomach's going to have a little pooch going on still to it, or your skin might be a little saggier than you're used to. And it's nice to have a shirt that kind of is more forgiving and not super skin tight. You know, and I just don't like skin tight things anyway. I haven't really favored skin tight clothing since I was in like middle school, and you know, I'm 32 years old now, so that was a long time ago. Anyway, I think those are all my tips. Let me just look at my notes really quick. Sleeping bras, nursing clothes. Oh, I would also advise when you're buying shirts to buy one size up if it suits you now. So what I mean is, you know, if you're normally a small, buy a medium, but only buy the medium if it looks good on you right now as well, because you don't want it to be like awkward looking on you now and then like, you know, with the intention that you'll wear it later. But if it suits your shape now, it'll be nice at the end of your pregnancy to have that little bit of extra fabric. Not so much it's not even so much to fit your bump, it's more to fit the length, because the bigger the size gets, the more length you'll usually have to the shirt, and your bump will lift your shirt. So go up a size if you can. Obviously you can always go up a size, but it's just, don't just go up a size because, do it if it actually looks right. You know, if you're really, I personally don't recommend really going into the whole non-maternity section and just trying to make things work. There's different opinions on that. I know a lot of people just like to keep continuing to buy non-maternity clothes in bigger sizes. I think it always looks forced personally, because when it's not made to accommodate a bump, it really does not accommodate a bump. And I found that, yes, I continued to wear some of my pre-pregnancy clothes throughout my pregnancy, but it was always obvious that it was not pregnancy clothes. That was my opinion. What else? Oh, I didn't even talk about pants. So pants are completely opposite. Do not buy a size up in pants. Resist the urge. I was very like, when I was buying my jeans, the first pair I bought a size up, because I was like, there's no way, because especially I'm a more bottom heavy person. I tend to gain more weight throughout my hips and thighs. I always have. That's, you know, that was not even a pregnancy issue for me. It was like my whole life I've always been bottom heavy. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through my entire pregnancy and still be the same size. So I bought a size up. And let me tell you, those things never looked right on me. They just never looked right. Pregnancy pants are made, like the jeans are made to accommodate like the parts of your body that tend to grow throughout pregnancy. So you should always just buy your pre-pregnancy size. Obviously try them on. If they fit you in your early pregnancy, they should fit you throughout your pregnancy. Generally they'll have like, you know, a stretch panel to accommodate the section that grows, and like, I don't know what it is, because they were kind of tight on me in the beginning of my pregnancy throughout my legs. I mean, not tight, like felt restrictive, but you know, they looked nice and fitted. And well, I'm talking about when I bought ones that were my correct size. So when I finally bought ones that were my correct size, they looked like the right size earlier in my pregnancy. And at the end of my pregnancy, they still fit me, but they, you know, they weren't, what am I trying to say? I don't know. They like, my legs definitely got bigger, but they still fit me. And like the pants that were the size up, they still just looked completely like, it looked like I was wearing like a diaper or something underneath my pants, because they just weren't the right size. And they were only one size up. So don't buy jeans a size up. Oh, I would also say try to have at least one pair of pants that are looser on the leg. At the bottom of the leg, I mean. So obviously pretty much everybody ends up buying pregnancy leggings, and definitely go for the pregnancy ones. Don't try to wear the ones that aren't for pregnancy. Your stomach is so tender and sensitive throughout your pregnancy that you really want that extra give. You don't want anything pulling tight on your stomach. But anyway, most people will end up buying pregnancy leggings, maternity leggings. Go ahead and buy a pair of pants, like yoga pants or something, that are also like wide-legged at the bottom. Only because, like, for me, they ended up like saving me at the very end of my pregnancy. I got through most of my pregnancy without swelling. I mean like excessive swelling. And the last 2 weeks of my pregnancy, I started getting like swelling in my ankles and my feet. You're having so much fun, aren't you? You're so cute. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's cooing in the background quite a bit right now. Do you hear that, or is, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's just the cutest thing. So anyway, buy pants that are looser at the bottom, because at the end of my pregnancy, I could not wear my leggings anymore, because actually because they bind around the legs. I couldn't wear socks either. Anything that was binding around the ankle area would cause pooling of the swelling. So I'd get like, you know, like the more ballooned effect in the swelling. Whereas if you keep that area open and loose, the swelling can become more even throughout your leg, which doesn't sound nice, but you don't want it really to pool into one concentrated area, because that can get a lot more uncomfortable. You are so cute. I love you. Oh my God, you're so cute. I love you anyway, even when you're not being cute, but you're extra cute right now. Yeah, so basically go ahead and try to have like pants that are loose around the bottom of your leg as well, just so you're not just buying them for the last couple weeks of your pregnancy. I mean, I didn't have to buy them for the last couple weeks of my pregnancy because I did have them, but I'm just saying, you know, get a pair of those as well. That's my tip. And that's it. Those are all my tips. I hope they're helpful. And that's it. I hope I brought up some things that maybe other people haven't thought of. I don't know. Talk to you guys later. I actually have quite a few video ideas to film in hopefully the near future, because they're kind of more timely as far as like updates and stuff like that. But yeah, so as long as I can find pockets of time like this to film, which like I said, I think it's getting easier and easier for me. But as long as I can find the pockets of time, I'll have videos going up. So that's it. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.